Absolutely. I will start
I
talking.
can't remember how we started, but I definitely remember how we ended.
Okay. Thanks.
Fish bait.
Mhm. Yeah. So our session started off making sure everyone was safe and all the fires were put out before setting watches and bedding down for the night. Clark was on the roof, Kerrigan was at the door, and the rest, including all the villagers, were packed into one house. Rue was on first watch, and a few hours into her watch, she shook off a spell that was cast on the whole house. She saw a pair of eyes light up in the sky above that side and said, "There's always one. Your turn will come, don't worry." Press 12, and then vanish. She then heard everybody wake up and start screaming. Kerrigan ran under the stairs and hid, and everyone else woke up from a lovely nightmare. Thora came out of her sleep raging, and a giant insect flew out of her eyes and bit her a few times before fading away.
Yeah, it sucked.
Clark looked at his loot and was glad his voice still worked. Alric came into this a little bit more thoughtful about what he had seen, but it was Hal's nightmares that turned things around for him. Started off with him in a cage, unable to reach for the light, and being mocked that she will never help him again. But then she came over to him and said hi. Um, she was Lara and offered to help him if he would help her. Hal really thought about this for a long time before agreeing to short-term help. But his oath to Lunara will never waver. She laughed at Hal, and he gave his oath, and became the first cleric of Rylara, and more importantly, she gave most of his magic back. Which is good because when everybody woke up from the nightmare, they took a lot of psychic damage, and without a little bit of healing, more of the villagers probably would have died then. Everyone then took a while to calm down and tried to figure out what happened. It was assumed that some sort of magic did this to them, but nobody else could figure it exactly out. So watchers were set, and almost everybody fell back asleep. Come morning, you learned that your turtle Dana was still a day away and was being followed by some sharks and whales for some reason, but he took care of the problem. So, with a day to wait, you decided to use your conch that was given to you by the Triton Arthur to set up a meeting. The message you got back was to gather up in a small group when you're ready, and he would head their way. And blow it again. So you blew it again, and the conch turned into a conch of teleportation, and you were whisked away from the area. You landed on a small island in the middle of the ocean that was a very old abandoned watchtower. Inside was covered in moss barnacles, and it was pretty much left to the elements. There was also a note telling you to wait for a day and a half and not to break anything, and if you're hungry, go fishing. So Hal, Thor, and Alric went fishing. Clark looked around at all the things that were left,
Yeah.
and Rue read a ledger that was also left. What followed was Rue learning a lot of lore about this place and other things that have been going on under the water for the last 4,500 years. Clark saw a bunch of old statues, pictures, tapestries that depicted more than just Tritons. Some looked to be some sort of type of elf. One kind of looked like a Genasi like Thora, and some turtle folk. Hal, Thora, and Alric got into a fight with a giant shark. The shark almost got a nice piece of Hal, but Alric, being Alric, punched the crap out of it. Thora finished it off with a few custard pies that came out of her fist when she
Yeah.
raged. Her wild magic
Yeah, it
surges
did.
otter and otter and otter. Rue heard the fighting, went outside, which was good timing because Clark found an old locked chest and decided to shatter it open. The tower then collapsed on both him and Kerrigan. 2 hours later, they were finally dug out and healed up, to which he went into a corner, had a little bit of a pout, and a chat with his grandfather, while the rest cooked the shark. His grandfather then told him about what he saw in his nightmare. He was called the Sandman, and it was a very old Archfey that should be locked up behind some magical wards. He had the ability to enter people's dreams from his domain of dread called the Dreamscape, and if he was free, then some of the others locked up in the divine wards of the Obsidian Ward might also be loose. So with this knowledge sealed in his mind, he went back helping the group. An 8-hour storm then hit, and you all set up camp, watched and waited for Arthur to show up, and when he did, that's where our session ended. I think that was it. It's the majority of what I typed up anyway. There might have been a few other little things in there, but I think that was the basic of it. So you are all currently staring at the ship that just showed up. I will move you back over to the ship so you can see what it looked like again. And you all see, well, a couple of you remember him. I think only 2 of you now know who he is. Or, yeah, Clark and Alric, I think, are the only 2 who have met him now. Because I believe that was with Pargath, Buster, and Annie at the time.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So as he lands, make the picture bigger for everybody. You all see him kind of like wander over to the rest of you, sigh at the fact that the tower is in ruins. Can't leave you people alone anytime, can I?
It was like that when we got here.
It was not like that when we got here.
Look, just kind
You
of
try.
slinks behind Cargath, behind Kerrigan.
It's like most of your people. You just destroy everything you touch. Anyway, there's the kind of looks like there's a semi-hospital spot in the bottom. Hospitable. Hate that word. Let's go inside and get out of this storm, shall we? We have a lot to talk about.
All right.
Good. So, what did you do, by the way? What happened here?
Failed at opening a chest and got mad and tried to open it the wrong way.
Well, yeah, that does happen when you're young. That's fine. It can be rebuilt.
I threw pies at a shark.
That's an interesting statement.
Thanks.
What's a pie?
This thing is like a crust and some
I'm
custard.
kidding. I know what a pie is. I'm sorry. That's a statement no one ever, I don't think, has ever spoken before.
Well,
Probably
you
not.
know.
But that's why we're us.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm learning you'll think that a lot with this group.
Right. Anyway, I only recognize 2 of you. I would assume other things have happened in your time. That's fine.
Yeah, lots happened.
Right.
Yeah. My name's Thora and I'm a shark pyre,
Okay.
aka one that throws pies at sharks.
Right. I don't think that's quite useful, but I'll give it a shot when I can.
Okay.
I'm Hal. I'm a cream pie to the shark pie.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you people are laughing at this.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm going to use elemental mist to spray you with water.
Great. Turn the lights off. What's going on?
Lights?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why can't I sea folk and the sea creatures are in a frenzy. Either things are gone into hiding or have gone into a feeding frenzy. Temperature hasn't changed, so that's a good sign. I'm assuming some sort of magic just dimmed the lights. Some of our Magic's not working either. I would assume you guys might
It's
know
the same
something.
everywhere.
Yeah, some stuff happened.
What stuff? I'd like
Some
to
big
know.
demon got summoned where we were. Had a battle, backfired for us in a roundabout way, and lost all of the gods, and divination all went into disconnected from the moon.
That
A very
about covers
rough.
it.
I don't suppose this has anything to do with it. From a bag that he's got carrying in the back, he tosses you guys a half-severed kyber crystal.
Oh.
I'm assuming you guys know what that is?
Yeah, we found a few.
A few days ago, we had some of these portals open up and things came out of them. Water boiled where they walked. Lots more of us died in the process. Our council's given me 2 weeks to decide if we're to slaughter the lot of you or give up my crown. I like my crown. My wife Mara is a seer, and she's told me time and time again that this is just the work of a few, and the rest of you shouldn't be punished. A lot of people want you to be punished. Doesn't matter who it is. But we've lost so many that blood kind of needs to be shed to help state their ire. So I'm hoping you fine folk will help me find those responsible and help me shed some of that blood. Yes?
Sure.
So how about you fill me in and I'll do the same. Also, my wife is gravely wounded and is slowly healing, but something's not letting her wound heal.
Who's your wife?
Mira.
Oh, not Ariel.
No?
Okay.
No, I'm sure there's probably someone named Ariel down here.
Probably.
Is your wife having memory issues? Was she having memory issues? Okay, good. Not a worm then.
Right, we'll put that aside for later. No, haven't heard of anyone having memory issues other than just, well, old age. That does happen. So, any timeline on when this is coming back? What's the deal here, guys? Like, why'd you call me?
We need your help to undo, and I'll point upwards at the sky. Something about
my problem.
Not your problem. And I'm sort of looking around for someone to help explain. Something to do with a lantern, I think. I'll be honest, I was not paying attention.
Again, that's usually happens in the youth. Always your head somebody else. Looks like you've muscles have filled down a little since the last time I met you. You're not I can tell by the remains of the shark in here, you're still killing sharks. That's a good thing.
You think? And Alric will go into sort of poses.
Clark will peek out from behind Kerrigan. Yeah, at least he's not jumping the shark.
Well, that's actually good exercise. Get your reflexes going. Lantern, you say? Interesting. I guess it is in the shape of a lantern. Are you talking about?
I think that's what they called it.
Leonard, how did you hear about that? That's from Atlantis. You would not know anything about that.
We met someone quite high in the religious ranks, higher than we probably ever should have, and they had informed us of we should catch up with you.
He's going to start stroking his beard and just kind of think and go, huh.
I think the words they used was along the lines of restarting the moon, or was it the planet?
If you
Yes.
okay. I would have said it's been a bit. The main thing is the heart of Leonar. Basically, it's an energy source that is connected to the ley lines of the planet, and if it's gone dark, that's why the divine magic's not working. So he's gonna like pace a little and go, "Are you sure that it's drained? That shouldn't be possible." Does make sense. I don't remember a lot of what I was told when I was young, because, like you, I had other things to do. Mm-hmm.
It's our current lead. If it's not drained, that's a good thing. But it also means we do not know what's wrong.
Well, the problem is it's going to be quite a challenge to get to. Ancient Guardians now patrol that area just in case of looters or, well, your people. They were created long ago and might not even respond to me.
Get a guest past?
I'm assuming we might not have any choice. I know of that relic. It's been passed down from the kings of old, but I never really stepped foot there, nor really paid attention to anything my parents said about it. To me, it was just old and not important at the time. But from what I remember, it could work. But that temple is on the outskirts of where Atlantica was. So maybe it's been saved. Interesting. I never thought I'd have to step into that place. On a good
So
note,
what's wrong with your wife?
don't know. Something has wounded her. We've done our best, but the wound will not seal. And she's in some sort of coma that we can't get her out of.
We visit her.
She's quite a ways away from here, and I don't think I would definitely take any of you there yet. You'd be probably slaughtered on sight by most of the council.
Yay.
Like I said, well, the first time I met you, there's trouble down. You're not the only ones having issues.
I'm sorry, I'm new here. Why are they blaming us? How is this our fault?
Oh, well, things never really went. We were fine until your people arrived. Since your ancestors showed up, things have gone to shit around here. More lately, some in the past. Did you learn about anything while you're in the watchtower for the day and a half?
Potentially.
Nothing that's productive.
Yeah.
And I can't remember how much, Rue, you told them about what you read. I can't remember if you did or not.
If I pass it along,
I think we got I think we got a map of the world.
Yep. Yeah, just the last session you learned quite a bit about what happened here. Like they had a demon incursion quite a while ago.
500 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what broke up the islands that you guys live on. It used to be one piece of rock.
And now demons are coming back and they're basically blaming the refugees, basically.
Yep.
Okay. Because it looks like what happened last time.
Yep.
Okay.
And the last time it happened, something came from the planet, which, again, to them, isn't something native to this to Luna 1. So yeah, everything.
Gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, troubling times. Troubling times. I'm only semi-recently crowned king, so interesting.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry. Yeah, I know you got enough on your plate already, but more. Sorry, more.
More. There's more. Of course, there's more.
I can't remember as a character how long ago it would have been in game, but we've fairly recently discovered that someone had built an underwater vehicle thing.
Yeah, you don't have an exact date or time or like how long it's been since he built that. You're assuming more than 15 years because it would have happened. You do know that the volcano that erupted 15 years ago and the earthquakes that ensued happened after that.
Yeah,
So
we think
at least 15, but
we
he might
think
be
it's
back
been
and forth. Yeah.
we think it's been out and about for a while, but we recently just learned about it. The person operating it is bad. There's lots of descriptors I could use, but most of them aren't pleasant to the ear. Bad.
As soon as you start talking about that, you just get him nodding and go, right. We had scouting reports of something made out of metal swimming east, but anytime anything got close to it, they were shot at by something. Looked like a lightning storm underwater. Lost most of the scouts and some friends, and it was quiet when it moved. Unable to pinpoint its location, but last we heard it was headed east. Of here, anyway. Echolocation is not working, if you know what echolocation is. Magic is not being able to be tracked by that thing. It just kind of comes and goes as it pleases and leaves a trail of bodies in its wake. So I do know what you're talking about, yes.
Well, if you do find it, while these
I've been wanting to destroy that for quite a while, yes.
Do we know the demon? Yeah, we know what demons are.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, while the demons may be city ending, civilization ending, he is world ending.
Right.
It is world ending.
So, my apologies too. For the rest of you who don't know me, I'm King Arthur. The ocean we call Atlantis. We do have, well, we're down to two cities now, but I think I remember being introduced to two of you. Lark, I believe, and Alric. I'm pretty good with names.
Sorry.
You have definitely chosen interesting outfits, though, this time. I would assume that's for a reason. That's not standard gear, by I would say. They look good. I'm not saying they don't.
What would you expect from a showman? And Clark will just kind of do a little dance.
Right. Are you able to, by chance, swim in a cape?
Swim? I don't know if I can swim. Why do you ask?
Well, the heart of Leonar is quite deep in the ocean, sir. Why would we keep things above ground? We're from the ocean.
Right.
I hope all of you guys can swim. If we're going there, you're going to be underwater for quite a while.
I mean, I can swim in water. I can't survive underwater.
Oh, the surviving underwater I can deal with.
Okay.
I don't know about your four-legged friend over there, though. I don't know how he's going to deal.
Do you have any potions of water breathing?
Oh,
I have a staff. Hey, your staff.
I got friends. They can help you out with that. That's the easy part. But if you haven't...
You've got friends in low places?
Really low places.
I can
Or
hold my
making
breath.
fun of.
I can hold my breath indefinitely, so
That can come in handy in quite a few situations. This is one of them.
yeah.
Well, to get where we're going, it's going to be at least 4 to 5 days of travel here. And you guys, I see, don't have your traveling companion. Now take an insight roll on that too, please.
Clark's too nervous. He can't tell.
Wait, how do
Okay.
you know?
Shit, I just closed all my files. Nope. There we go. Oh, as soon as that thing touched down water, everybody felt it move.
Are you talking about Dana?
You named that creature Dana.
We kind of have to. Had to.
Interesting.
In our defense, it was in the middle of a town, and we didn't really have anywhere else to
We've
put her.
dated quite a, like when your ancestors first came here, of something similar to that entering the water and vanishing for quite a few hundred years. That thing weighs more than it looks like it does.
Well, it looks like it weighs a lot, so.
Yeah, I've been trying to have a few friends keep an eye on it. So far, it's been tame, which is strange for something of that size.
It's under contract.
Contract. That makes no sense to me, but that's fine if you have a contract with this creature. Is it a pet
Yeah,
or a mode of transportation?
A little bit
bit
of
of column A, bit of column B, bit of column C.
Right. Well,
It's lodging
I'm glad
for column C.
I'm glad you were not aborted when you teleported here. That thing would have crushed this entire area. Well, I shall try to get word for my people to leave it alone then.
Do you want to navigate it this way?
Anyway, where are we going to go to enter the... Well, there's a couple entrances to the temple, but a couple of them were in the city when it was destroyed. I know a back area, but I don't know how or if it has ever been used, but I think that's our best bet. So, have any of you been on a board a ship before? Yes or no? Sailing's not for everyone. I just want to know who's going to be throwing up the entire trip.
I have.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
We met on a boat.
We did meet on a boat. Well, those aboard my ship are loyal to me and no harm will come to you. They won't trust you. But speaking of trust, we do have a few issues. Ever since your ancestors came here, things under the ocean have been busy. I went over a few things with you when I met, but I was in a hurry that day. So before we leave and I talk, do you have any questions for me?
Hundreds. They're not useful.
No, any
Probably,
questions?
but I'm still trying to get my bearings here as well.
Well,
I'll ask them as they come up.
I was just going to ask you if you had any cool under the sea, like jewelry or something.
jewelry
Just for
for us is a
flavor.
little different. It's mostly he's going to hold up like a necklace that he on. It's like just like black pearls, regular pearls, a little bit of gold. Not like craftsmanship like you'd see, but it's definitely intricate work. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. There's not really a lot of pretty things under the water other than like seashells and like pretty much there's not really a lot, but they'd have like a coral theme to them.
Yeah. Like puka shells.
Yeah. Well, come on aboard and come on aboard and we'll have a chat. So as you guys are all brought on board, he's going to tell you that this is the Leviathan Spine is the name of the ship. And one second. He's going to introduce you to the crew and the type of ship. So for the next, as you guys all board the ship, you'd notice that it's got quite a few people on here. It does definitely have a couple floors to it. As soon as you guys board, you will notice that a magical dome goes over the entire ship. It's almost like a big air bubble. And it's not going to go under the water immediately, but you'd be able to tell that they do have the ability to make this thing have air as it's underwater. It's a submersible battleship, Atlantean design, elongated and segmented like a sea serpent, with armored plating resembling giant scales. Its propulsion system is a jet stream controlled by Triton hydromancers. They have side fins that act like sails when they're on the surface. You will notice it does have quite a bit of weaponry on here. Coral ballistas, harpoon launchers, and a magical torpedo spell powered by water orbs. The crew you're going to be introduced to is Admiral Ferris Vaughn. He is the supreme commander of the Spine. You're going to be introduced by he's pretty much telling you what these people are good for and can do. He's a war mage, controls water pools and fog banks. The first blade, Neria Kell, she is the combat captain and leads boarding parties. You'd notice she's got a pair of coral sabers, magic-infused fins that allow short-range teleportation. The hydro engineer, Kevik Volin, he's the master of the water, master of the propulsion system. Sea Caller Teresa, she's a water mage. Captain Varn the Fang Rakor, he is the master of arms and the master of weapons on the ship. You'd be able to tell this is definitely a warship you guys are going on. This isn't just a regular scouting ship. This is a ship built to do one thing, and that's destroy whatever it's targeting. And as you board the ship, can I have... what would be the best thing here? Give me just a straight insight check when you aboard. And I'm assuming Clark's immediately throwing up. With an @1 con save?
That was, yeah.
Okay.
So, even though he's been on ships before, he's never been
And
in a ship like this.
Yep.
So I think Clark is going to, once it starts moving, immediately grab onto part of the side rail and just stay there the whole trip.
Yeah. Perfect. There is like one under you can there's a second level deck you could go to if you didn't want to stay right above. But yes.
I was about to make a comment until he started throwing up.
Like
They've got a
immediately-
whole crew for wrecking stuff. We have one man, and
Yep.
he's over there cowering on the edge.
Kerrigan is in the middle of lapping up what you're throwing up.
Ew.
It's what cats do. Dogs do the
That's
same. They clean
fair.
up for their friends and their family and their loved ones. He's quite wet and bedridden, but yeah. Okay, your insight checks. Your highest was a 12.
Oh,
Love that.
I
Yeah,
don't. Did I
no,
roll one? No.
you have not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Let's see how. Nope. Clark's too busy hanging onto the rail.
All right. Thora, and a little bit of Hal, I suppose. The rest of you are all under 10. You kind of have this sense of being watched when you're on ship, on board, but it's not from the people. You almost have like that magical hum that maybe the ship itself might be watching you.
Baby Cakes, do you feel like this ship is watching us?
Does that mean we're not going to have private time?
Well, I guess they're going to get a show.
Poor people.
Yeah.
Poor boat.
Yeah. Maybe it'll get there faster.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I do. I feel like I'm being watched.
You're definitely like the rest of the crew's looking at you a little odd, but the captain let you aboard. Must be for a reason. Most of them are like kind of giving him the side eye, and he's just like putting his hand up, like, we'll talk later. These guys are coming. He gives one word, and like a map appears. This map itself, it's not like a drawn out map. This one kind of looks like, for those that can use minor illusion, this kind of looks like that, but this is definitely coming from some sort of machine near the helm. It's definitely, he pushes a button. He's using some sort of magical technology, and like a actual 3D map of the ocean appears, and he just points, and the ship automatically starts turning to where he wants to go.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yes, Atlantean tech. We have worked hard at integrating magic with whatever our, well, crafters can do. It's been a while, but this isn't one of the most advanced ships. This one's just, well, this ship's good for the elite. And he's just gonna look and point and go, meet the elite. These are my personal guards, my personal friends. These are the best of the best. And when I was asking for help coming to the surface, they were the only ones who put their hands up. So, you have as much to thank them as you do me for helping you out. They will watch my back first, and then yours, and then their own.
Thanks, elites.
Most of them are just going about their business, but a couple will give you like a little bit of a salute. So you are taken below decks. He's going to suggest someone maybe carry Clark. It's like,
Come on,
after a
little
couple
buddy.
hours, I got something that'll help you with that. That's fine. It happens every now and then. So, I assume, before you destroyed that tower, that you learned a little bit about what was going on. You will know that we've been dealing with demon incursions long before one of your people brought them back. None of us are assuming you had anything to do with that, with the first incursion, but the new ones most definitely are. When your ancestors first settled on the surface, it was us that kept you from exploring. We were the ones that kept you under the sky and the sea. When your ancestors sent people with magic out scouting, they ran into us. When your ships were built and went fishing out too far, they found us. I say us, but it was my great-great-grandfather, who was king at the time, and his orders. This mission was given to one of the Sea Elf houses at the time, and over the last 900 years, it has still been their mission to keep your people on those 3 islands. About 25 years ago, the current leader of that house went rogue and has not been seen since. something changed, and those that didn't want to go with him were killed. He was seen a few times by our scouts on the surface with some of your people, and hasn't been seen for 15 years. So, we both have agents working against us. Our watermancers have been unable to work their water magic ever since the lights went out. Their connection to Leonard also has been cut off. So like I said before, we have similar issues. This world is still growing on the surface, but once things are back to normal, I'll try to convince my council to let you all go where you will. Most will see me as a traitor for the crown for even helping you, but this is a large enough world for the both of us, and from what I've seen and heard, most of you are okay. Plus, you guys brew something called ale, and it's pretty good. So, who can and can't swim? Because we got 4 to 5 days to teach you.
Clark will look up with the, little green around the beak, saying, "I can.
There you
Right.
Don't
go.
know if I can be taught either."
You don't look like a loon, so I don't think your feathers are meant for underwater there, young lad.
Are you calling me silly?
Hmm.
The type of
Yes.
Yes.
I'll carry the bird.
Right.
I can swim as a shark for 5 hours at a time.
You can shapeshift.
I can.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
But
can just hold my breath.
for 5 hours at a time, so it's not an indefinite change.
Well, you're not going to have to, like... I honestly haven't been exactly where we're going, so I don't know exactly what we're going to be dealing with. My main problem is those sea elves that I talked about before. If any of them come our way, things are going to be interesting. There's not too many of them. I think I'd be able to deal with most of them with this ship. Now, the location, and let's just say where we're headed, the location, everything you're going to see here and do here needs to stay here when you leave here. You hear?
Well, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you figured out we
Okay.
listen to a lot and know and remember shit. So you should be fine.
Yeah. Right.
I will quickly remind you that we don't know where we are. So
Yeah.
it doesn't
One of the
matter.
reasons I made that teleportation come to the island here, I wanted you away from wherever else you could get to.
We have a vague idea.
Vague is okay. It's just more, I know for a fact there's some quite powerful people and creatures that you live with. They're the ones I'm worried about.
Well, good news. They have currently sworn war against the demons.
Good. To an extent, that'll keep them bogged up for a while, but if there's no demon incursions, they're going to get antsy. I assume you guys have the magical capability of contacting people, or used to, because ours isn't working either.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, right. So my people are quite scattered and scared, and now unable to, well, I can't even call home. So, like I said, we got 2 weeks. I'm hoping this doesn't take that long. Hopefully we can get this fixed in due time, because after 2 weeks, if I'm not home, they're going to
Your
take
wife's
matters
going to
into
be
their own hands.
pissed. Oh,
That too, yes. But if the council decides to take matters into their own hands, I can't guarantee what's going to happen to your people before we get back. We got 2 weeks. Technically, we have 4 to 5 days to get there, so we are down to about 9, maybe 8. We'll see.
Then as he says that, you hear Clark. Oh, that's too long.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine. If we can get your feathers dry and get you sorted out, we'll make a sailor out of you yet. Another issue is he's going to just start like looking at you guys, looking at your gear. Some of you are quite heavy. Some of that gear might weigh you down, which is good. It'll get you to the bottom, but you're going to be a little sluggish and slow if we get into fights. What all can you do?
We have a bag of holding we can put stuff in.
I know of this magic, but it's not something useful to us because it would just fill with water.
Yes.
I'm
I see the bag holding while we're still in air. I have something I need to protect, and I'll quickly put my journals in them.
Okay.
Just a good kind of thought of, oh, that could have gone badly.
Or kind of, yeah, those wouldn't be enchanted. That's just knowledge. So yeah, they definitely get ruined. It's a good call.
Cool.
Clark will hold up the bag.
I'm a walking healing tank.
I just beat the shit out of things.
That's all I do too. Is I beat the shit out of things.
Well, I like you.
If I wasn't married.
Yeah. Well, shh.
Mhm. Well, interesting. So we got a shapeshifter. Someone I can tell beats the 2 of you beat the crap out of each other with whatever's handy.
Pies.
Pies, right. I need to see
It
that.
was a
next.
once-off.
A feathered folk with a lutinous sword. Don't know how they're going to come in handy. The sword, yes. The loot. Music underwater doesn't go too well.
He's good at exploding things.
That will come in handy. Try not to destroy any of the old temples, though, please. Unless it's necessary to, drop some rock on something big.
Rule just pat Clark on the head. I think he'll manage.
Your 4-legged friend, though, that'll be a challenge. And he's going to immediately cast Speak with Animals. His works for mammals and other underwater creatures. And have a chat with Kerrigan for a bit. Kerrigan, you would be able to tell, does not want to be on the ship or underwater.
Okay.
He's definitely going to try and figure something out, and he's going to give the problem over to one of the other people on board. And you're going to notice, like, they do have a couple of workbenches here and stuff like that. So one of them, she's going to, like, pretty much go over and start crafting something that might help Kerrigan. But it's going to take a bit.
Can any of your people cast polymorph, or can any of us cast polymorph? Could we turn him into an animal that could swim alongside me?
I think Clark's the only one with polymorph.
Hey, Clark.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Clark doesn't have polymorph.
I thought bards can get it. Okay.
If they can, I didn't take it.
Oh, you can change your spells. Yeah, any day. You're going to have 4 to 5 days, so you can always change your spells out if you need to. Joys of being a bard. Yours isn't like you're not like a warlock. You don't have to wait until the level up. You can do yours every day.
Bard, druid, sorcerer, wizard can use it.
Yep.
Ooh, I can. If I can
Yep.
find somewhere to pray
druid
to
can too.
if I can find somewhere to pray to a forest god, I can switch mine out.
That's just a daily thing for you guys. In the morning, pick your spells. Yep.
Yeah, if you're okay with me switching and taking polymorph, I can change Kerrigan and even Clark to swim if
Okay.
you would want to.
That's up
You
to them.
can't do both.
No, it's concentration.
Oh, it's one at a time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even if
one
you
that at a
cast it,
higher
it's the one and done.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Or you could just do it on yourself and make yourself into something bigger. Because polymorph will let you do your challenge rating, your character level. So you polymorph will put you to a CR 10 or 11.
Jesus.
Yeah.
If
You
I
get into,
cast
you can get into like some bigger creatures. Like the Mosasaur, the Plesiosaur, dinosaur like size.
Jesus.
It just
So-
lasts an hour.
Yes, it's only an hour. But it's
So
only a
if
4th level
I-
spell slot. You'd be able to do it like
Yeah.
2 or 3 times. But it is concentration. That's the only problem.
Right. That's what I was saying. If I cast a spell right before I wild shape, would the spell still stand? Could I still maintain concentration in wild shape
Yes.
form?
Yep.
Okay.
But if you
I
get
just
hit
can't cast
with
it.
if you get hit as wild shaped, then you'd
Right.
have to roll your concentration save. Yep, not the person who
Right.
got hit. But yes.
So yeah, I could still take it and try to at least help Kerrigan. Okay, I'll switch him out.
Just you guys. Like you're gonna have time to prep for underwater stuff. So all right.
Yeah, I went to see if I could learn water breathing. I can't.
They have you'd be able to tell over the next few days they will be able to cast water breathing on you guys for 24 hours right before you go underwater.
Alric has the staff, the little spear.
You got the staff,
Okay.
yes.
They can cast it once a day.
Yeah.
So that's practically continuous.
And is that just on yourself? I can't remember what level that one is on the spear.
You can use an action to cast the water breathing spell.
Okay. Is that just on
You-
you though, or does the spell say how many people it can go on?
The spell can target multiple people.
Okay.
I
cool.
think I can do the entire group.
10 creatures. The water breathing spell grants up to 10 creatures the ability to breathe underwater for 24 hours.
All right. So you're
That's just like I cast it once a day, so that's practically forever.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. You guys are set then. Yeah, you've just never used it or had to use it. Okay. So Brandon wants to know what you guys know about underwater adventures in 5th edition. Do you know what you can do and what you can't do, and what you gain and what you lose for being underwater?
Melee
I know
weapons.
movement's half, melee weapons are shocking. Slashing's piercing works better than anything else.
Yeah. So fun things about
Heavy
underwater.
armor's just bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you don't have a swim speed, you're at half your movement. Bludgeoning weapons are pretty much useless. Piercing is your best. Slashing will still work. If you're using ranged weapons like a crossbow, short bow, or anything like that, anything past your... So if you're doing long range, so if you have 60 and 180, 65 and over will just miss the target. It doesn't matter if it's a magical bow, you will only have your short range. The main thing about being underwater, you have fire resistant. So if anyone tosses a fireball while you're underwater, you're immediately going to only take half the damage. So if you have fire resistance on top of being underwater, you could pretty much put a fireball on top of yourself and not take damage. That's the one fun thing about being underwater. Certain spells and creatures will maybe be vulnerable to certain things, but almost anything you're going to come across, fire is going to be semi-useless in the situation if you're underwater. And I don't think anyone except Thora has a swim speed. I don't think the water breathing spell gives you a swim speed.
No,
it doesn't.
The staff does.
Does the staff? For you, though.
For me,
Yes.
when I do my when I do my elemental stuff, I get a swimming speed through that as well.
Yeah, okay. So, Hal, Clark, and Annie, I think you're the only 3 with an actual swim speed then.
I'm planning on being an animal.
Yeah, you'll be fine that way too, and with wild shapes. It's just depending on what we're doing when we get there.
Mhm.
Cool. All right.
Unless
And
anybody has some like gloves or something they want to give us. If they have any swimming gloves of swimming or whatever they are.
they wouldn't here. They wouldn't need them. It's not
That's
something they would keep on hand now because they're Tritons.
fair.
Part of being above water is the only problem they don't really enjoy. Perfect. So that goes through most of that. I don't think heavy armor. I can't remember. Is there anything in actually wearing heavy armor that says if you're underwater?
I have no idea.
I don't think it matters.
I think it just makes some checks harder.
That might be it. We should be good for the most part. Some of these temples underwater will have air and not water, so you should be okay for most of them.
Is it just bludgeoning damage that doesn't really work?
It's just more. It'll work,
Like,
but
not your fist bludgeoning damage, weapon bludgeoning damage.
yeah, like a warhammer.
Right, because I think I can always magic it into force or something else.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me read it here for you.
It doesn't seem to have anything.
No. Oh, okay, here it is. So making a melee weapon attack, on a creature that doesn't have swimming speed, has disadvantage on the attack roll unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident. A ranged attack automatically misses a target beyond the weapon's normal range, even against a target within normal range. If the attack roll has disadvantage unless the weapon is a crossbow, net, or a weapon is a thrown, like a javelin, including spear, trident, or dart. Yeah, I think that's the majority. So yeah. So it's just going to have disadvantage if you use Hal's Legacy, basically. It'll still work, it'll just have disadvantage on your attack roll.
The rapiers would also have disadvantage.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Unless you go swing speed through something.
Right.
Cool.
Yep. So I think for the most part, you guys should be okay. Okay. I think of anything else that gives you movement underwater. I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. All right. That'll cover most things here. Okay. So during the next 4 to 5 days of travel, is there anything you guys want to do? Anything anyone you want to talk to? What's your plan for during that time?
I mean, once again, Clark's just going to hang over the rail all day.
You can give me con saves every day if you like until you're better. I am okay with that. Until you acclimate to a moving ship.
Well, that's for day one.
Okay.
Are we traveling underwater or is it still on the top, on the surface?
They are keeping you above water until you guys feel like you're safe going underwater.
This ship would probably go faster underwater.
Yes. So he's basically waiting for you guys to be able to say, why don't we go underwater? So it's probably going to be the last day to get you used to being underwater. You're still going to be in an air bubble, just so you can move around freely and you don't need to swim. Unless you want to learn how to swim, then they'll get rid of the actual bubble. But they will suggest you are tied off so you don't wander away and be float away from the current under the ocean. Because getting rid of the bubble is immediately going to Oh, well, you're gone. You didn't tie yourself off. So what would you guys like to do? I'm going to leave it up to you to decide.
Can I ask how much faster it'd be being underwater than above water?
In a ship like this, probably it'd save you a day. They do still need to rest. These guys still do have shifts. They still need to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah.
But there's enough of them that the ship can keep moving. And you guys would be able to tell that most of the time, the ship's moving on its own anyway. And almost like the scales, and eventually you guys will learn over the time that the ship itself is semi-sentient. Almost as if it has like an AI program moving it.
Can we get out of them over the few days how fast it actually goes?
So Dana can move, I think turtles 80 feet per second, or like 80 in 6 seconds. This thing's probably moving at about 120 feet every 6 seconds, so it's pretty much dashing what you can do all the time. Going fairly quick.
Neat.
Yeah. And underwater, you guys, where you currently are, you'd be able to tell this place is cold. The ship gives off a little bit of heat, but you are definitely chilled to the bone quite a bit. And you're even being told that you're going to be given some enchantments. The water breathing will help acclimate you also to being crushed to death. I don't know how magic works, but underwater, and it'll keep you at least warm, that you're immediately not going to go into hyperventilate and all that fun stuff. You're not seeing a lot of underwater creatures where we currently are, though. There hasn't been a lot of surface. Nothing. It's pretty much just been you guys all in on your own. Still a little bit of fish, but it looks like they have a lot of stores of food available on the ship. And most of them are just eating dried fish and dried seaweed. So, anyone specific you guys want to talk to?
I think Thora would just be going around, like, trying to help out on the ship and, like, doing manual labor.
Okay. Anything specific you would want to learn about this ship? Or how it works?
More so, like, as we're, like, on the surface, like, the wind and the sails and, like, the pushing and going that way, because she's very in tune with the wind.
Okay. You'd be able to tell completely different ship design than most, because the sails here are only brought up for the top of the surface. When you guys eventually get underwater, the sails go away and the ship's tail does move most of it. It does kind of look like it's the actual creature that this thing was made out of almost assumes control, and this kind of starts moving just like a fish would. So it's a little bit different. They will go over a few things with you about its construction. The most person you're going to be talking to is going to be... Where'd she go? I'll find it. The hydro engineer, Kevin Volan. It's going to be showing you all how these submersible drives work and the propulsion system. And he's going to be like showing you a lot of his tools on how things work. He has something called the Aquatic Aether Core Wrench and a Manta Drone Swarm. These things are basically, you won't really understand how most of this works. It is not any sort of technology you have seen on the surface before. This definitely has a arcane feel to it that's really different than anything you've ever seen before. Give me a straight history roll. Okay, with a 10, yeah, I'm gonna say you don't really understand it a lot. It's
Yeah,
completely
fine.
it's more magic than technology though. The magics and the technology like merge into one almost, but you don't really understand how most of it works. Or you've never seen anything that you can remember at
Yeah.
this point in time. Yeah. Because you do have quite a few memory issues. Clark, yours was for the same thing? I assume?
No, I accidentally.
Right.
Accidentally.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, for the most part, this is a ship that you don't think you'd be able to ever learn how to figure out how to do quickly. This is one you'd have to spend a lot of time studying, and even then, it might have something to do with being a Triton that needs to work the ship.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thora's like, well, I tried. Anyway, I'm going to go over here now.
Most of them are just like apologetic, going, "This was built before our time, so we just know how it works from being told and shown how to work." These people are warriors that are being like shown how to sail. This is their ship, obviously, but you'd be able to tell that this is something that they haven't had to teach other people before, because they've been learning this since birth, and they've had one job and one job only. Yeah. All right. Through this time, give me just a quick insight roll on Arthur over the next few days before we get underwater and start heading towards your area. Net one, Thora.
Yeah.
I was going to say that 21 makes sense because I kind of wanted to spend a bit of time with them.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, Thora's just kind of over it. When she didn't understand how the ship worked, she was like, yeah, screw this.
Um, he. So for everyone except for Thor and Clark, you guys would gain a lot of insight that he is angry and a little off put with how much information he doesn't know. And the fact that you guys know a little bit more about the current situation than he does. Even with what you've told him, he knows there's still a few things you've left out and haven't told him about. But it's also more, he's angry with himself for not paying attention more when he was young. This is something he never really thought he would have to deal with in his time as king. Almost as if being king's a burden for him and he'd rather be out having fun. Because you guys also don't have kings, queens. You know about it from your past, but you're in oligarchy society. You're ran by the merchant heads, except for in Marzel, who was ran by, well, Queen Titania, masquerading as Lady Tandrin. So this is a lot different society than you guys are used to with just having one person in charge. So is there anything specific you want to ask him or talk to him about their health? He's been
I was more just going to question like how his wife is and what treatment's been done and just
okay.
boring shit that way. and then just kind of ask, like, is it all humans hated? How much have you guys had to do with us? Or are we just that cursed tribe on the outside, on the outskirts? Like, I just want to kind of get a bit of history between why we're so hated, on top of just apparently splitting the island.
Okay. It's mostly the fact that ever since your ancestors came, every now and then some of them went rogue and it killed a lot of his people. That's the
Makes
main
sense.
problem. The fact that so little amount of people care about Under the Ocean, but most of you don't know about Under the Ocean because those that know about them didn't decide to tell everyone that there's an underwater society here. So it's a little bit of both ways. The wife, the healing that the wife is having issues with, give me a history roll on. You've came across something similar, I believe. Okay. You came across one particular demon semi-recently when the big portal opened and shit went before everything went dark. You came across a demon that had the ability to, I think it was Clark and Annie were being constantly pierced with barbs from its tail that kept oozing, and every round we had to do con saves and medicine checks to try and pull it out of them. They were like slowly bleeding to death. And without divine magic, that wound was not going to seal. Seems like a similar type of effect on her. That regular magic wasn't healing her, it specifically needs to be divine magic. That's the majority of what's her problem.
Yes.
Yep.
And I want to talk to him from what I understand about the dude that runs the submarine.
Okay.
I want to fill him in there because we say he's a bad guy, but I kind of
You
want to
want to tell
explain why
all
he's
the
a bad guy.
numbers. Understood.
Yeah, what we
Okay.
know of Artemis.
Okay.
So information from information, so it wasn't all one-sided.
Okay. All right. Does anyone else want to fill him in? I think Hal knows I think almost everything you guys do now, but already at this point. If you do have his journal.
The only thing I don't know about Artie is that he's not alive. I know he's alive, but the fake dude, I haven't met the fake dude.
No.
I don't think.
Do we have his journal, or did Annie have his journal?
I think Annie might have had his journal. His
Annie
journal.
totally had his journal, but
Yeah.
I think she was like sharing it with people,
You've
but I think
all,
she's
yeah,
copy.
Rhunon, no, but the rest of you would be able to fill in the blanks with that. Okay.
We have a skull.
Technically, yes. Yeah, that's right. You do have parts of him. Yep, I forgot about that part. You guys could have totally maybe handed that over and had a true resurrection on the skull done. Would have got a lot more out of him that way, maybe.
That's a smart idea. We don't have those.
Because his soul is technically like he transferred his mind over and like created himself a robotic body, but whether or not his soul's there too, you can always try speaking with the dead. I never thought of that before. Yeah, that's an interesting one because that's necromancy. Yeah, I never even thought of that. Give me an intelligence roll for Hal to see if you would think about that, sir. Actually, Alric, you said you had the skull.
Oh no, definitely Hal thing. Alric's bringing it up like a
right,
what? I got a piece of him.
Yep.
Not in a helpful manner, but in case of showing off manner.
Never thought of that. Yeah, Hal, you're fairly smart. You could probably maybe speak to him. You got the corpse. The corpse means he's dead. Maybe a good way of getting more information.
I'll prep it for a day.
Yeah.
I was like, do I have to spell? It's like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've just gone and Googled the 2014 and 24
Mm-hmm.
of Greater Restoration. They're both not divination, which I thought they would be.
Greater Restoration? No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I'll ask him if it's been used.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And her. Understood.
Because I'll ask him if it's been used.
Can you read me Greater Restoration? I don't have it currently up.
It's in.
I'll post it. Good work. It does. Armed or petrified. Curse. Okay, what's happened to her that wouldn't affect. Hers is something special. So he Diamond Dust. Yeah, he'd definitely have the consumable. Yeah, he'd let you know it has been tried many times, but unfortunately, all we can do is stabilizer. So if we can get, if it's true that this ancient artifact is turned off, hopefully this will help. But yes, the demon that did this to her, I have no idea what it was. Clark, you're just doing horrible, buddy. You are extremely dehydrated at this point. No food's getting into you.
I probably have of exhaustion by now.
Absolutely do. Yes.
Yep.
These con saves are horrible, sir. You haven't done a single one out of 10 yet.
Nope.
Wow.
I know there. Oh, there it is. Conditions.
Yep. It's horrible. Yeah, he's pretty much gonna like say over and over. It's like you'd see him pacing. Like he's trying to come up with memories about where we're going, and he's got nothing. He lets you guys know, like he's got a private chamber that he can lock and nobody can come in. He's even letting you guys know stuff that his crew doesn't know. Mainly about the fact of where we're going and what's involved is meant for the king only to know about. So when you guys first were given this information by the Oracle and told him about it, you hit a nerve for him that he never really paid attention to, and the fact that you five know more about something from his world that he doesn't, he's struggling with completely.
If it makes you feel any better, you probably understand what we're saying. You have context. We don't.
I don't like going into an area that I've never been before, and I don't feel prepared for the challenge ahead. Not knowing something is a trouble of mine, because as king, I should know everything.
You could always try something we do up in the air, and we call it to wing it.
Wing it. That's... You and I have the same outlook on life, sir. I've done that for the majority of my time until my father died and I became king. It was one
It
of
works
those...
most of the time.
It was the current tribe that is, or we are technically at war with, that killed him. So, in true fashion, I of course killed the main line of that family. Their son is now out for my blood. I'm hoping we do not run into them. They do a little outnumber us, but you all do look quite capable, albeit a little bit young. But anyway, I'm pretty sure House Manta will not be a problem. So, would you guys like to learn how we go underwater with this vessel? Maybe it'll help Clark. I should have probably thought of that sooner. It's a little water.
After Clark's most recent barrel emptying, I'll look to offer him his ring of free action. Because you're not affected by difficult terrain, which the boat is probably.
Like water's water.
Yeah, but we're on the boat, which is constantly rocking.
Yeah. Like, he can fly right now, though, so, like, if Clark really wanted to, he could just, like, fly for a little bit and fly alongside. But yeah, if you want, by all means. I don't think it would really consider rough terrain, just rocky terrain. Rough weather.
It might help.
Rough weather more than anything. But yeah, I'm okay with it.
What does it take for you, Alric, to, without the spear, to not have disadvantage in the water? Because you said you could do an element thing, but is that a key point?
Yeah, one key point lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, most of his stuff's built for combat, which won't last 10 minutes.
But even without it, my half my movement speed is still 25 feet, so...
Well, I was more thinking of having our two fighters being able to fight freely.
Mm-hmm.
You have to hold this trident in both hands to get the 30 feet of pursuing speed.
Yes, but our Barbarian would be using it two-handed.
That is true. That is true. I can get by without it. Because
combat-wise, you'd be using a key point.
Yeah.
On a different note for the party, what 5 questions do we ask the dead corpse of an angry gnome?
And do you want to do it above water or below water?
I mean, I kind of want to go below water so we can waterboard the fuck, but he's already dead, so it's not so satisfactory.
We should do it above water to make sure we can actually understand.
Yeah.
We'll say like day 3 going into 4. We'll do days 4 and 5 underwater just to acclimate you guys. Okay. So,
I'll ask Arthur the same thing as well. Like, if he has a question he wants to ask the dead gnome after he's been informed about him.
where's your base and what's the easiest to fucking kill you? Again.
Well, base is the submarine, from what we understand.
Well, to me, that's just his mode of transportation. He's got to have a base above ground somewhere. Location, I know the magic you're going to use. They don't actually have to talk, but it all depends on them. I'd go more how many, when, where, how, regrets. I don't think he's going to specifically tell me where I can go and re-kill him, or maybe see if he's proud of his work, have him describe it to you in detail on what he's most proud of or how he did it.
Annie would want to know what the runes mean, or who he was working for when because he made those initial Howbots that had the runes inscribed in them, right? And we still haven't figured out necessarily what's driving all of that.
Yep, yeah, you never went to the Lulafell army base. Yep. Where the rest of the Warforged were having issues. That's where you were told that the Doom Patrol was sent to, but you did other things instead. Yeah, I hope somebody's writing these down because Brandon is not. You guys are rolling terrible today.
I've had a thought, but it's a smart thought that Alric would not have.
Right.
So, mouth is kept shut.
Understood.
But
Yeah,
something about
Annie's
this plan
not here to
won't
think
work.
that, but
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, there's so much I want to ask, but at the same time,
Yep.
What do we need to ask?
Rue has no idea about any of this. But if Annie was here, she would want to know about the runes.
But is that going to help us track them down, like deal with them?
Your other option, this is from Arthur, because you told him about this person. You could always play stupid and say you just found his body, and the people want to know what happened to him. He's missing. He's been missing for a while, or someone's masquerading as him. You could try to play to like the stupid aspect. Might work for you. He doesn't know any of you.
I don't think that would work. He has someone masquerading as him, but he set that up. He did that on purpose.
Yes. Well,
I wonder how long he's actually been dead for.
Didn't we find that out?
Off and on, yes and no. The only thing you would know is it was like 15 years ago when things went to shit. It happened due to something not where you guys found him, but somewhere else. So it has to be at least before 15 years ago. If not a little bit longer. I can't remember how long John said he was gone for. I don't remember that part. But I think it's at least 20, 25 years sounds about right. Maybe a little bit longer. It might be in the journal. I can't remember exactly if I put the date of his death in the journal.
I think it's because we found out that he changed himself in his journal.
Yeah.
So,
Well, why don't we go for a quick break here? You guys come up with your questions, and I'll go through the journal, see if I can find exactly how long. Sound good?
I did think of a question.
Right. One's good.
Where would be your most ideal bases, like dream bases? Like, where would you put a dream base? Because Dead Him probably is like would be like, I'd love to put one inside a volcano.
Well, technically, you guys have already had a couple of you have had visions of something in a volcano, and you do know
But
where the volcano did erupt a while ago. You'd be able to kind of put two and two together that it should be there. What specific
yeah, but he might have
location?
a few others that we could look at.
Yep.
And if he has some under the sea, we currently have people
Yep.
that can do half the work for us.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Plus,
I
if
got
we
out of the
bumped into
game.
him a few times, knowing what direction he's heading, that might help.
East of us, which doesn't help. You can go so far east that it becomes west, unless we're on a flat world.
No, just the thought they bumped into him a few times, so they'd have a few data points.
Mm-hmm.
Going, okay, so he's operating in this area.
Do we know where we are specifically to know where east even it is?
Guys, back on the map here.
But they would know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But we had a vague idea for the sun.
So you guys, I believe. Did I put a party token map here? Yeah, you're up in. Yeah, you're like in this general vicinity, I think. So east would be you're heading up towards Atlantis, so east would be towards the volcano. It's not as big as the map has, but yeah. So technically, if you were up near Atlantis and went straight east, you would end up over here. But yeah, you would be able to tell that somewhere over in this area. If they were, yeah, again, there might be other locations too.
Yeah, because he might be able to rattle off 3 or 4 locations he'd love to have built a base. We could,
Yep.
if we kill his main one, he might have his one that he's building at the moment.
Yep.
So hopefully he could turn around and be like, I'd love to build a base inside, like right underneath the capital.
Yep.
So, ooh, go have a look.
Yep. Or once you get the heart back working, you'd be able to start scrying. You do have an orb that you've never really used much.
We used it on the outside of a door to see inside of the door.
That's it. Yep, you've had the ability to scry on anyone you want, anytime you want. You've ignored it.
And we looked inside a door that we stood on the other side of the door of
Yep.
your friend's house.
Yep. Love it.
I love D&D.
Me too. Alright. So yeah. You guys set up the lovely area. You were left alone. Arthur's definitely bringing one person over to witness. Going to be hiding in the back. He's going to be asking where Sea Caller Tycia over. She's the water mage. She's got seaweed for her hair. Her eyes kind of look like they're whirlpools, and she has a floating. It's kind of like an underwater, like a manta ray as a familiar, and the manta ray is like in a tiny little globe of water, just swimming around. It's like some sort of underwater mage. Right. Well, this place is as safe as I can make it. I've always wanted to see this done before on something interesting. You have your questions. I know you are limited to a few. It's not a magic we usually employ because, well, we're better at interrogating the living.
Well, yeah. He was dead when we found him.
Hopefully there's something to talk to. Which one of you are going to be doing the questioning?
Technically, it's the person who casts the spell, isn't it?
Nope. Person, it can be anyone who's actually doing the questioning, I think. He just summons it. I think anyone that can actually ask the questions. Who's the most charismatic? Probably Clark, maybe? You would know that talking to the dead, sometimes you might need to persuade them to give your answers, so I don't know which one of you has the best persuasion or deception rolls. It might be Clark.
Yeah, but Clark can't roll above a 10.
Hey! He got a 17. We're good.
For the conversation.
That would have been Annie. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it would have been at the time, yeah. I think Clark's pretty good too, being a bard.
Yeah. I've got a +4 to charisma.
I have a +6
Ooh.
to persuasion and deception. But Clark, by all means,
Everybody could ask a
Yeah.
question too. It's up to
I
you.
have a +6 to both too. So
yeah, go for it.
Okay. Tell me how this spell is cast for you there, Hal. One of the other first spells that you've tried, I think, before, probably. First time doing it ever.
I might have done it as I was learning spells. Probably solved a few murders back in my day at the church by asking the corpse who killed him,
Possibly.
finding out it was me. But, no.
Surprise!
Murder hobo passed.
I do love that trope. And for the first witness to stand, the victim.
Yeah. So that's the spell and all of it and thing. I'm just gonna tap the forehead and ask him if he's awake, and each tap I'm just gonna imbue magic until he wakes up.
Okay.
So I actually don't know what it takes. Burning incense.
You'd at least
I'm glad we didn't do this underwater.
Yep.
It wouldn't work, guys.
Surface. Okay.
but we've got to remember I do have 1 level of exhaustion, so that's actually a -2. Or disadvantage.
Yeah, because this would have been technically day 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of them could give you lesser restoration easy and get that off you.
Greater.
Actually,
Oh, it's greater,
What?
isn't it, for exhaustion?
Yeah.
Which they wouldn't have currently. So
I have it prepped, but I don't have the diamond. I don't know why I've got it prepped.
Right. Okay. Well, either way, if you have 1 level exhaustion, I guess you can, with the help action from the rest of your party, we'll just say that'll still just be a normal roll then. All right. So you use your spell, wake up the semblance of Artemis. You've heard the voice before, but this one's a little bit different. This one's a little bit more angry than when you first came across Artemis, well, John as Artemis. And as the The skull animates, and a little bit of energy is brought into this creature. You just hear, what? Did it not work? What? Where am I? Who are you?
Oh, it worked.
What's going on? This isn't my shop.
Oh, hi, buddy. And Clark will walk up to the head.
Interesting. Outfit. Seen one similar before.
Yep.
Not that face, though.
I'm sure you have.
Oh, crap. It did work. Good. And then it just stops talking.
And Clark's going to reach down and plug his ear so he can't hear. And kind of whisper to the group, I forgot what I was supposed to ask him.
This is why we love you.
So there is more of you. Yeah, covering my ears don't work because I'm dead. No ears, dummy.
That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
He made a statement saying he'd forgotten, not asking you a question.
Yeah, you haven't actually asked a question yet. I've been counting.
Yeah.
I've been keeping track.
I've been waiting for a fuck up.
Me too.
That's kind of what's taking Clark so long, is he knows he doesn't want to waste the questions.
You should head outside and discuss it outside where he can't hear us. And I'll keep an eye on him in here.
I'm gonna whisper in Clark's ear. Was that underwater base really the best base you've ever done? Because it was shit.
Clark will turn around. That base you had underwater, was that the best you could do?
Which base? Saying underwater means it could be more than one. He doesn't know exactly which one you're talking about, sir.
I'll say the destination that we were at, where we acquired your skull.
Oh. Of course not.
Sounds like sarcasm. Sounds like that was the best he could do.
Give me an insight roll. You're all in the room. You can all give me insight rolls.
Oh, dirty 20.
Clark and Rue. Yeah, that doesn't really ring true. Maybe at the time when it was built. One answer. One more.
They figure out how to phrase what I want to say without messing it up.
Be able to tell that Arthur is getting a little antsy.
If only we had telepathic bond.
Yep.
I mean, you can whisper to Clark. It's not like he can hear us on a whisper.
Arthur doesn't whisper.
Whoa. The him can fuck us up with his own fucking character.
Yep.
Rue will
Okay.
hold out a piece of like parchment and something to write with.
Clark, you're going to be handed a piece of parchment that says, "Hurry up, please," before I just grab it and smash it. My question is he proud of what he did? He killed a lot of people?
If Alric sees that note being, if he gets a chance to read it, he shoots out a glare of, "Don't smash the skull. I have plans for that skull."
I can also cast this spell every 10 days on it.
Yeah.
Which means we can get another lot of questions when we're on the way back.
Later, yeah.
Then Clark will turn around and ask him what Arthur wanted.
The amount of people that dies for my goal doesn't matter. As long as she dies.
And who is she?
You already know who she is, but
Oh.
That'll put us 3 questions in. The bitch who's making me do things.
I'm going to generally ask the question.
Okay,
Does he know what the lantern is? The one we're going to?
Why would I care about a lantern? What are you talking about? You got one left, guys.
Clark's just going to turn around to the party and give that, the kind of with the wings up kind of thing.
You have a memory in the back of your mind of a cat friend that always wondered about runes.
You also got Alric whispering in your ear, "I wonder if he decided where he was going to do it. His final thing. Out of character, i.e., where's his final
Revenge?
He's doing the portal stuff. So has he decided where his final portal is going to be opened? I.e., where is he making his portal-based thing?
So, like, where would his final stand be?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Make sure it's worded stand against us. Otherwise, his final stand would be against the person that's controlling him.
Brendan's like, my answer is no, Darcy.
Somewhere, and he's having a conniption fit.
Yep. She's like, this is how we got here.
Her eye just starts twitching.
Too bad she's a scarecrow.
Okay. So, where were you thinking about taking your final stand against us?
Give me a persuasion roll, please.
11.
I don't care about you. You're all nothing for me. He's the one that I need to destroy. And when it's built, hopefully soon, all of you won't matter anyway because you're all going to be dead.
That was the last question.
That was your last
Well,
question.
that's rude.
Before the magic dies.
Yep.
Just a case of, can I have a moment alone with the skull, please?
Oh, yeah. Arthur's just going to go, kinky. All right.
Oh no.
Really?
You'll get the full description later.
Okay.
And I will describe some very, not sexual, but very horrific things I'm going to put this skull through in front of his new body.
Okay. The other Triton, she's just going to leave and go, you guys are weird.
Yeah.
You've not heard the list of things he has done.
I'm sure he sounded one-sided and determined to kill one person and doesn't care who the rest dies in the process. I understand the mind completely.
We probably should have told the skull that we already killed her.
Could have done that. Yep.
Just to watch him revel in his own little spew. But he doesn't get to get it.
Out of character,
Yep.
technically the soul doesn't learn any new information.
No, this is just a semblance of it.
So we can just ask it again, and it won't remember the previous conversation.
You can't do it again for 10 days, I don't believe.
Yeah,
In
that's
10
a
days,
10
we can
days.
do it again. We can do it again. And redo this conversation like we've just treated it.
You did learn one thing, though. It's come across Nightwing before. At least the armor that Clark's in.
Interesting.
So maybe at some point, whoever previously had that might have more information for you, too. If you can find their corpse.
Of course, we'd have to figure out who it is.
Of course.
And unless it's magical shrinking armor, he was probably small.
Yeah, you never really asked about the former inhabitants of the armor.
Nope.
I don't really want to know who else was in my spandex.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not wearing much underneath it. I'd hate to know where my junk's been rubbing on someone else's junk. And sweat pits with sweat pits.
You've been quite wet for a while, so it's mostly seawater that's right now there.
Ah, so that explains all the marks.
And the chafing. Yep. Alright, well, you didn't really learn a lot. And you got a couple questions in there that you didn't really get an answer for, but you
As
did
that spell goes.
Yeah, you did kind of learn that transferring your mind over to whatever he did does technically kill you. So that's something, at least. Not a lot, but yeah. So you guys can take what information you gained out of him. He did seem happy that his former self completed at least the transfer. Cool. All right. So, over the next day and a half, you guys are finally submerged. The air bubble goes around, and as soon as you guys go underwater, you can't really tell that, well, Clark, you don't need any con saves anymore because it just feels like you're walking. Normally, you're just surrounded by water. You can't even tell that there is water. Other than being able to see, the ship feels like it's just swimming through it with quite ease. And they have the ability to lighten the area up as soon as they're under. And you'd get about a good 120 feet worth of low light if you already don't have dark vision. So you'd be able to see that this thing has the ability to, like, not like bioluminescence, but it's more, the ship does give off a little bit of a glow. And when you guys come across, like, predators, you're going to be starting to finally see a whole bunch of, like, sharks and underwater stuff. Most things scatter away from this thing. As soon as they see it, it's pretty much certain things will be attracted to a little bit of the light, but every now and then you'll see like a cannon go off or just something from the hydromancers, and most things just scatter. They're not like trying to kill anything here. It's just more to make things go away. But you guys dive quite deep. And over the course of the next day, you're at least You'd be able to tell that you're almost 1,000 feet underground, under the water, and it keeps going and going and going. It's quite deep here.
So
But you
would
can't
you say
tell.
that?
Sorry, say that
Would
again?
you say that Clark has had enough time to take a long rest?
Oh yeah, you guys have had if
Okay,
you need one
because that
rest.
gets rid of my exhaustion.
Yep. Oh yeah, you got first exhaustion first day. You had 3 fails and 1 pass. So the next night now you would have finally woken up with no exhaustion. Finally, it feels a little bit better. On day 4, the mage that came and talked to you, witnessed the thing. She was also helping craft an item for Kerrigan for Clark. It's pretty much a trinket ball. And we'll just call it the trinket ball. Whereupon you can grab the ball, touch it to Kerrigan, and Kerrigan will be suspended inside the ball to recall whenever you need him. Unlimited times, just don't lose it.
Okay. Ooh.
It'll fit anything inside of that, but only one item or person at a time. If they are unwilling, it's a fairly high save fairly low save against somebody's will. You will remember something, Alric, somewhat similar to this item that you got trapped in from a construct. Something very similar to that.
Oh, Alric takes a few steps back.
Yes. Something very similar to that, just a little nicer looking. Mm-hmm.
I'll look at our cat and go, I'm so sorry. It's not pleasant.
Kerrigan's just going to give like a low little whine. But completely understand, because he does not want to be here.
Poor buddy.
Yeah. So for Clark, just add a trinket ball to your inventory. We'll all know exactly what that does. Rue, what do you think? Have you had meat out this entire time?
Yeah, she would have been like
Okay.
on my shoulder under my hair.
Yeah, she's a familiar, so there's nothing major. A lot of the people on here have never seen her before or anything like her before. So you're getting a few odd looks, and a couple people want to come over and pet it. A couple of the girls here, you'd be able to tell, are fairly youngish and definitely have an interest in your pets.
Yeah, we could let that happen.
Kerrigan's getting lots of love on this boat because they don't have anything like this in the water. There's nothing with fur.
Nothing fluffy.
Nothing fluffy. Yeah.
There. That's how it shows up on D&D Beyond now.
Okay. Hold Kerrigan. Love it.
Yep.
That'll work. Yeah, I don't need to create a magic item for that because it's not attuned. It's just an item. It's going to be a unwanted people inside of that is a con save or a wisdom save. That'll be, I believe, a Constitution save of 14 against an unwilling person.
I must make this known because I think that's funny. You do realize you've just given us a Pokeball.
I did. Yep. But had you not brought Kerrigan, I wouldn't have had to create that Pokeball. So sometimes failing is rewarding at the same time. All right.
Because I was actually going to ask about that.
Or we just leave
What's
Kerrigan
it
on the suit, but These guys go underwater a lot, and they can't guarantee the bubble's going to be up all the time.
Yeah, I was going to ask about how that worked between Clark and Kerrigan, because I know I could resummon him when he dies, but
Not with Kerrigan.
this not with
He's not a
Kerrigan. I
familiar.
thought
He's an
Shadowclaw.
actual animal.
He's not a familiar. He's never
yeah,
fully
no, I
died.
got it backwards. Yeah, he was close.
Yeah, Shadowclaw can come anytime. His bond is a little different because he's technically a fey creature, and his bond is specific for the station that Alric's grandparents and ancestors had. So their bond is a little different. Yep. So I don't know whether or not you've summoned Shadowclaw during these 4 to 5 days to fill him in on what's going.
I think I can fill him in mentally if he's close to a familiar.
You'd
I
have
imagine
to
it's a
summon
mental prod of doing it out. We're surrounded by water, followed by a quick no.
Yeah.
We are surrounded by water, so I doubt it.
Yeah. But he's still, because he's a familiar, he would, and he's a cat. He's still, if you had him out underwater, he would die if he doesn't have water breathing. You would know that part.
Can you dispel or dismiss familiars?
Yes. You
Okay.
can immediately dispel them and put them into like a pocket plane. And just like whenever you need them, you just don't need to ritual cast them again. They're just always there until they actually go poof.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't attempt to take Meep underwater. Okay.
Yeah, you could just dismiss Meep, but you don't actually have to like basically anytime you need them, Meep would be ready. Same with Shadowclaw. So if you called for Shadowclaw Alric at some point, you could then just dismiss him into a demi-plane and he'll stay there until you need him. You'd have time for that. Okay. So while you guys are underwater and heading towards your destination, he's going to fill you in a little bit about where you're going. The main place you're going to be going to, it's an old entrance to the temple itself. It's on the outskirts of Atlantis. And he doesn't really know a lot more from that, other than he knows there's an entrance you go into that you swim into, and it'll take you up a little bit into another chamber that is above the water, which will have breathable air. From there is a little stretch of stone, whereupon there's some sort of ritual or puzzle that needs to be solved in order to be gained entrance to the actual temple itself. He doesn't remember anything from there on, other than on the other side, once you are gain entrance, there are guardians put in place for those not allowed to be there. And especially they're there if anything goes wrong, they are immediately summoned and won't even listen to his command. They will need to be destroyed, and then you move on to the next challenge. So it might be like a gauntlet type situation that he's telling you, where it's going to be one challenge after another, after another, after another, until you get into the heart of the temple. Whereupon, from there on, he doesn't exactly know what's going on.
Well, sounds like we're going into this fairly blind.
Yes.
With an arm tied behind our backs.
Sounds normal.
I like a what?
It's just another
It's just
day.
another day in the life of us motley crew.
Yep.
How far is it that we have to swim into a place where there's another chamber that we has air? Like we have to swim for a little bit and then walk for a little bit?
He thinks to where we can get the ship now to where you're going to go, maybe a 3 to 5 minute swim tops.
And then we
It's going to
would
be dark, and he doesn't know exactly what you're going to find because he's never been to this part before.
Okay. So it's a short swim, but then we're going to be walking after that.
Hopefully, unless something's destroyed, yes.
Okay. I'm just wondering about, like, burning a polymorph if we're only going to be underwater for a couple minutes type deal. Okay.
Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, like you said, he doesn't exactly know until you get there.
Cool.
All right. So, over the course of the next few hours, you're going to notice that the rest of the crew are getting ready. Most people are grabbing weapons. They're going to be staying with the ship. He's the only one coming with you because technically they are not allowed to know where you are going and what you're going to be learning. This is meant for kings and kings only, and circumstances are allowing you to come. So is there any items you currently have on you that you want to stick in the bag of holding or leave on the ship? I don't know what you guys, I can't remember exactly what all you have, but I think you're fairly good for this already. With the water breathing going, I don't think you'd be too terrible.
I'm just going to put my pens and inks and papers in, like the paper birds we use for
Yep.
that doesn't need to get wet.
You could pretty much like put your backpacks in there.
So that's just about. So I think I'm going to put everything in, but what I'm wearing, like armor wise.
Clark would definitely take the loot of past knowledge, because water would tend to ruin that loot.
Oh, it's highly magical, but playing music underwater. You're a bard. You need to play something in order to do your spell casting. Oh no, your sword. Or will your sword be your? Can't remember.
I have a regular loot.
Okay, I can't
so
remember.
I can use that.
Is the new sword you got capable of being your arcane focus for bards? I can't remember. It might be. Because you're a sword bard, it would almost act like a conductor's wand, almost.
It does not.
Okay.
No. Yeah, it does. I don't see anywhere where it says it can be.
Yeah. Okay. No, the other one you had did, so this one does not. Okay. It's more, as long as you can hear strumming and stuff, you should be fine. Like an underwater drum would work. Not perfectly, but stringed instruments might be a little bit of a challenge. But like even if you had like a triangle, that would make some pretty good sound waves underwater. But we'll figure it out. I don't really think there's a lot of difference than for bards underwater. There should be, but I don't know them off the top of my head. Okay, we'll figure it out. So, you guys are all brought to an area of old Atlantis. And you guys would be able to tell he's taking you. He wants to see a little bit of the city first of Atlantica before it was destroyed. But there's no lights, there's no movement, there's a lot of like underwater creatures, of course, but it doesn't look like most of these people are scanning above and around. They're looking for signs of other either Tritons or other people that are around that shouldn't be here in other ships. But you guys, and they don't see anything. It kind of still looks like this entire place is quiet. But even from where you guys are, you enter an area of a very, very open, large. What you guys would be able to tell is a destroyed city. Far bigger than everything you guys have ever seen above ground. This city was bigger than your 3 islands combined. And it was quite old. It is now just a crater. It looks like some sort of underwater molten activity also did come up, because you do see remnants of a little bit of heat from a couple pockets of magma that are coming up. And most of the people on the ship just sigh and take you around to the outside edges, where you start to see just rock, pure rock. You pretty much go from an open area to what looks like an underground landmass, maybe a dormant volcano, or it's kind of hard to tell. But there's nothing man-made until you guys finally come across an area that definitely has a little bit of light. And you start to see remnants of civilization. There's a couple runes that are inscribed on some of the walls of the rock, and then the rock starts to get smooth until you guys end up here. And there's definitely the remains of a couple what looks to be fishing or merchant vessels of your ancestors destroyed on the ground near what looks to be some sort of entrance off in the distance.
How happy is Arthur to see the ship?
He kind of looks at it and goes, huh. Interesting. Can I have... Let's go with... This wouldn't be... Yeah, let's... not perception. Nature or history? Or just straight investigation. I'd be happy with any of them.
Oh my gosh.
Aye,
That's
aye.
the 5th 10 I've rolled.
Oh, I do love. Do I choose a +0, a +0, or a +0?
Yep.
Yeah, it was like 0, 0, or 4.
Well, at least Rue rolled good. Rue, maybe at some point you've traveled, I think, a little bit more than the rest of these guys combined. You've definitely skirted the outer rims where ships are being built here and there. And you're more in tune with nature than some of these guys, so you would know how long it takes for wood to rot in seawater. These haven't been here that long. At all. Maybe a couple years. Maybe less than that. These are definitely ships from home that somehow have gotten through here when nothing else could.
With that knowledge, can I make an insight on Arthur to try to get like a read, because he had said that it's been years that his family was protectors from people trying to explore too far.
It wasn't his family, it was the family line that he said of House Manta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bloodline of Manta House. They are sea elves, not Tritons.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so I'll just ask him then, and then maybe roll. These look fairly new. All of this wreckage is not that old. What happened here?
I don't know. Your people have never been able to leave. Interesting. That ship looks like it was in combat. Been torn in half and something has torn it apart. Interesting. But why it's here, I have no idea, especially at a hidden temple. that nobody knows about. Interesting. Oh. Well, I guess no time like the present to get off this boat and go do what we need to do. If you're all
Are there
prepared.
any sort of like identifying marks on the ships? Any
You're going
flags
to have to
or?
get closer.
Yeah,
Okay, we're not.
No. There's
Okay.
really nothing. Yeah, don't move your characters yet because you're still technically on a boat.
I'm on the boat.
You're on a boat. Yeah,
Oh, bitch.
you have to
Yeah,
get
look
closer.
at me now.
But it definitely looks like this ship was bigger than most things, and to be constructed in secret, maybe in secret, or for something to be this big and missing, and nobody's really made a stink about it. It's either that or no one knows that the ship is missing, and they think maybe it's still in being used. The rest of you, now that you see it, can take a look and figure things out from what Rue's telling me. I want, actually, it would only be Clark and Alric to give me a history roll. All right. Yeah, 15's kind of enough. Kind of gives you, when you guys fought at a fishing village with Buster, and you came across a party that were docking and looking for crystals at the time. The ship that you've seen turn and leave kind of might have been a smaller version of this one. Kind of had the same type of feel to it, which you know at the time was a converted Dwarven Navy ship made to look like a merchant vessel.
Is there still the remains of a flag on it?
There's no flag. Here, no. It looks like it wasn't flying one from the distance. Then I have to get closer to figure out what the hell's going on.
Just to clarify, because we discussed it, but we never actually came to a decision.
Yep.
Alric definitely would have given the spear to
Okay.
Thora.
Thora?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's currently in the party inventory, which is fun.
So Thora, in the party inventory in D&D Beyond, there should be an oceanic spear there you can add to your inventory. You would have had time to attune to it.
Sweet.
If you'd rather attune to it over Hal's Legacy or whatever. I don't know what you're currently attuned to. I'll let you figure that out.
Okay.
But you'd be the one to cast water breathing on everybody then.
Okay.
The mage you met will do it for you for the first time, for now, but if you need to again, you'll have the charge available.
Okay.
Yep. So, consider yourselves all with water breathing, and as soon as you guys are all ready, he will depart the bubble, and you guys are left to hope. Thankfully, you're in a fairly calm area, and you're not in the main current to immediately be sucked away. So I want dexterity saves as the water all comes rushing in on all of you.
I would like to go ahead and wild shape to start swimming over there. Do I still need to make a dex save as a shark?
No, you'll be fine.
Okay. I'm going to do a hunter shark.
Perfect. Hal, as soon as the water comes in, you are knocked on your ass, knocked overboard, and just start sinking because of your armor.
No!
Can I
Hey!
get a Constitution saving throw from you, please? The rest of you are good enough with your dex saves. Hal,
Can I swim
I saw
after
the
Hal
three
and try to
left.
grab him?
I saw the three, and I'm like, for fuck.
You all see Hal just go, whoop, and then because he's in heavy armor, immediately starts to sink. And right before you smash your head open on a rock underneath you, Annie, who is currently a hunter shark, comes by and grabs a leg and
Gently.
steadies you gently. But at this point, you would probably finally take your first breath and realize you can breathe underwater. It's a little weird because it's water rushing through your body, but you can still breathe. But talking is a little bit of a challenge, and you'd realize you're going to need to shout the entire time you're underwater for someone maybe to understand you, and they're going to have to be really close to you. So long distance communication is going to suck.
Do we feel like it would feel like it went on the Abyss when they did the...
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, when they're in the decompression chamber with that lovely oxygenized water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, your ears are going to start ringing a little, but you'll get used to it. And
I'm glad I came prepared.
Yep. But eventually you settle and get your bearing, and you have a shark right beside you that's this time trying not to eat you. For once. The rest of you... Sorry.
I think Clark, upon seeing the shark and not realizing she could shapeshift, would kind of be like doing the back pedal, kicking up some silt along the bottom, trying to get away from the shark.
You've seen her do it. You've seen her change.
Well, I didn't see this particular one.
Touche, okay.
Then I turn around and look and notice she's not there, and then realize, oh yeah, and then come back to normal.
Rue would
As
look at
he's
Clark.
freaking,
She would look at Clark and like smile to try to be reassuring, but then realize that's probably terrifying from a shark. So
has she still got me in her mouth? Because I'd really love to flail around if I see fucking Clark losing his shit.
You tell me. You still have them in your mouth.
Yeah, she can drag me back up there by my foot. I'll just start flailing around like I'm getting bitten.
yeah, I would have like swam down to catch you, but tried I would have been gentle, but then I wouldn't just leave you sitting on the bottom. So yeah, I would have tried to bring you back to the group.
Poor Clark.
Love it. Perfect. All right. While all this fun stuff is happening, you guys finally get the hang of breathing and moving underwater. I want everybody's first thoughts as soon as all this happens to you. So we'll start with Hal. What was your first thought as soon as you started to breathe in and all that fun stuff?
I forgot that I could swim. Genuinely just took me by surprise and forgot I could swim.
Okay. How about Thora?
Thora's like, well, this is pretty darn cool. She's loving it.
Alric.
He's just comparing it to his a few times flying, going, ooh, thick hair.
Okay. Rue, what's the first thought of a shark? This is probably the first time you've turned into a shark before. I want to know what you're thinking.
It's the first time as a shark, and normally I prefer grassy, foresty areas. So being able to move this quickly and easily without gravity is probably extremely invigorating. So once she catches Hal, she's just probably zooming back and forth for a minute, just enjoying the feel of the water and the freedom from
Okay, perfect. And finally, Clark.
I think Clark would be. Owls don't swim. Owls can't swim. Owls can't swim. And then realize that he can, and he's really confused about it.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes little wing flaps and it moves a little bit forward at a time. And then all of a sudden he'd be like, after realizing he'd be like, a bird of, a apex predator bird and just start zooming around. Probably following the shark around.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Love it. All right. So as you guys are all acclimating and get off the ship and start swimming down towards the ships itself, can I perception rolls, please? Anyone who, Hal, I think you're the only one without dark vision, I believe.
But I do have the light spell.
You do have the light spell, which is
So
not.
I'd be having it up.
Okay, that's not going to help you in this situation. The rest of you, can I have perception rolls? Hal's, you're at disadvantage.
I have a straight roll.
I take it no passive perception.
Nope. Passive won't work for this because you're staring towards ships and getting to know your surroundings and being underwater, and it's quite dark. Okay, so we got a 27 from Thora. Okay, Thora.
Yeah.
I rolled a 25 on my stealth. You're the only one who notices something. Even Arthur's was terrible, and he has a lot of stats. Arthur's just like making sure you guys are okay and not do anything. He's currently the only thing you'd be able to tell he has is a little bit of armor and a very nice trident. From the entrance here, you see a fairly big set of glowing red eyes come out from it. And because you're the only one who noticed, you're the only one who's going to get a dex save with advantage.
Okay.
As a red beam of supercharged red energy comes out from that door right into the side of the ship, and the ship explodes right behind everybody.
Whoa.
The rest of you
Arthur?
make dex saves from as the entire propulsion system on that ship explodes.
Quite fitting.
Okay. So, dex of a 13, dex of a 27. How, Huntress? This will be a dex save from the shark, not you.
Wild shape, they keep your stats, right?
Oh, sorry, you're not polymorph. Thank you. Sorry. So what was? Am I missing a dex save? I got Cleric.
I thought you only kept your mental stats.
Oh, that does make sense. Okay.
Oh yeah, you only get your wisdom, charisma, and
Oh, yeah,
intelligence.
okay. Right, because dex
Yeah.
and strength, all that would not be the same as an elf. Okay, just kidding.
So like, I hope your dex is better.
It's not. My elf dex is better, but that was
I'll
not a
keep my
good
mouth
roll.
shut
Oh,
next time.
look, that's a 3. I felt it. You're right.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right. Clark and Alric, you're the only two that are taking half this damage. The rest are taking the full damage of bludgeoning and slashing.
Oh, and I didn't get the rage.
Nope. So, failed save is half of 37. Full save is 37, bludgeoning and piercing. As the ship explodes and shoves you guys at least 20 feet forward. So move yourselves 20 feet forward. So half of 37 is going to be 18. And you just see Arthur look back. He doesn't take any damage. Because he doesn't take regular damage. Most things just like he moves a little in the water, But as the ship explodes and the concussion force hits him, he takes it like a champ, and most things just bounce off this guy somehow. He immediately is extremely angry, and from the entrance, now that you guys are finally looking at it, you notice something like you've seen before be tossed under the ground, and out from it is a portal. And out from the portal,
No.
2 creatures appear out of it. And next session, we'll have some fun fighting with some water demons.
Cool.
Great.
So as soon as this thing opens, the portal stays open, and everything in and around this area gets supercharged with heat and just starts boiling. And you'd be able to tell, give me quick, would it be first? Give me quick investigation rolls as these creatures all look at you.
Yeah.
Huh.
Alright, nat 20. You're the only one who realizes that whatever damaged this ship, it kind of looks like these creatures might have been involved. There's something about it with a nat 20 that maybe they've been guarding this place just in case. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like some of the weapons and just what they have might be similar to what some of the damage to the hull kind of looks like. But we'll save that for next session after you fight these guys. I will make them larger for you so you can see what they are.
Whoa.
I should point out, because of the dark stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I think most of us can't see anything.
Not yet, no, until you get closer. That's fine.
Where you've moved it,
You are
I still can't
technically
see
underwater.
the.
Yeah, I can see the top half. Couldn't see the bottom half.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I will.
Yeah, because you kept talking about the entrance, but
Sorry.
I don't know other, but I can't see said entrance.
How about now?
No, I've still just. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Ah, that makes more sense.
Let me do this. Give me 1 second. I need to move this over. There, how about that?
Ah.
I turned the dynamic lighting off. So,
Yeah.
that's the creature.
Yeah. I was zooming in to have a look at it, and then it just got right in my face.
Yeah, sorry, because you guys are underwater and everything's now dark. The rest of your maps now are going to be dark. That's why I got the light for most of those of you have dark vision. I forgot about that, sorry. But yeah, so there's definitely a portal open. There's an entrance behind it. Thora, you would have noticed that whatever caused the light and explosion went the inside and ran away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So next session we will have fun underwater where most of you guys can't see what the hell's going on and have a fun underwater fight for the first time.
I'm so glad I picked being a human.
Right?
I'm so confused.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty clear that these ships are from the Legion of Doom.
Possibly, or yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. You'll have to figure that out.
Only people we know
Yep.
who would have any reason to be here.
Yep.
But it looks like they were taken out by demons. But Legion of Doom was trying to summon the demons.
Yep.
Why would they take their own ships out?
Different lines of demons.
You never know. We'll have to figure that out next session if you can kill them.